I was born into a wealthy, powerful family. But my girlfriend was determined to marry me no matter what, insisting I build my career from scratch. As my business started to take off, her flaws began to show. She'd lose her temper over the smallest things and constantly threaten to break up. One night, after another silent fight with Willow, I was about to type a heartfelt message to make peace when something strange happened. Floating comments suddenly appeared in front of me. Here we go again. The female lead got talked into another Cold War by her BFF. How dumb. She walked out from under her friend's umbrella, only to realize it wasn't even raining. I'm dying. Keep playing games, girl. If she really dumps the male lead, her friend's gonna snag his love token the very next second. I froze. Half skeptical, I typed a simple text, "Happy breakup." A second later, my status exploded with likes from her friends. Later that night, Willow and I fought again. She accused me of being too controlling. What's the big deal about grabbing a few drinks with my girlfriends at a bar? It's all girls. Why are you so uptight? You're seriously getting on my nerves, she snapped, sounding impatient. It was already 11:30 p.m. It's late, I said quietly. I'm just worried. It's not safe out there, and your stomach's been acting up. You really shouldn't drink much. But she didn't care. I could hear her friends whispering in the background. Willow, your boyfriend's got a real chokehold on you, huh? Treating you like he owns you. Forget it. Maybe you should just leave. No backbone at all. One day, that jerk's gonna drain you dry. Those mocking words embarrassed Willow. Furious, she hung up. When I called back, she declined immediately. I tried again then. Those floating comments appeared once more. LOL. The female lead's friend stirred up another fight again. She loves being chased by the male lead but insists on acting all cold. Bet her fingers are burning up. Waiting for him to call a third time? I stood there stunned. Were those comments talking about me? Was I the male lead? Was Willow the female lead? It almost made sense. She was always awkward and quick to start a cold war, but if I called her 3 times, she'd eventually give in with a reluctant okay. The comments seemed to push me to call again, but one line caught my eye. Her friend stirred it up. That made me pause. I frowned, frustrated, and dialed another number. Why do you keep dragging Willow to bars? I asked coldly. You think staying out that late's a good idea? There was a pause. Then a cool, emotionless voice answered, When did I ever ask Willow to go to a bar? It was Sophia, Willow's best friend, and the one who hated me most. She'd never liked me, and always acted distant. But I was too angry to care. If it's not you, then who? I snapped. Tell me which bar she's at. It's late. Those places are full of shady people. What if something happens to her? Sophia sighed and replied sharply, I just got back from a trip. Haven't been to any bar. She sent me a photo, her hair still wet from a shower, wearing something revealing, her expression teasing. I set a curfew for myself home by 10, she said. Then added pointedly, I'm not like others. If I had a boyfriend, I'd always listen to him. Embarrassed, I muttered an awkward sorry and shut off my phone. Because of that stupid misunderstanding. I completely forgot to call Willow back. The next morning, Willow came home with a cold expression. When I asked if she'd eaten, she ignored me completely. A week later, we went to a class reunion, still not talking. We sat far apart. We used to be inseparable, but now we felt like strangers. Makoto. Her childhood friend and ex-boyfriend actually slung an arm around her shoulders and laughed. Still giving your man the silent treatment? Come on, Willow. Don't be like that in public. We'd fought countless times because of Makoto, but she always brushed it off. It's not like we didn't date, she'd say. If we could have worked out, would it ever have been your turn? Her friends always told me I was overthinking it. Don't you remember how happy she was when she accepted your proposal? She really loves you. But watching her and Makoto laugh together like old lovers made my chest tighten. Something about their closeness didn't feel right for just friends. Then the food arrived. My dish was stir-fried rice with cured pork, something I was allergic to. Makoto acted surprised. Ah, I forgot your husband can't eat cured pork. Willow, why didn't you remind me? He smiled and offered, here, take mine. It's seafood rice, the last one left. Your man loves seafood, right? He made it sound like I was taking advantage of her, like I'd snatched something just because I wanted it. It was just a plate of rice, but the way he said it stung. I was about to refuse when Willow suddenly snapped, eat your own. No need to give it to him. Who does he think he is? The table fell silent. Makoto reached over, gently patting her head, frowning slightly as he said, don't be like that. Give your man some dignity. I'm Issy, I can eat anything. But Willow didn't budge. Her voice was loud enough for everyone to hear as she said, husband, I only agreed to marry him. We're not even married yet. And even if we do, there's always divorce, right? One of her friends laughed lightly, half joking. What's that supposed to mean, Willow? You thinking about breaking up? Willow immediately denied it. No, her friend chuckled, covering her mouth. You don't even go clubbing with us anymore. And every time you go to a bar, you need your boyfriend's permission. All this Cold War drama, but breaking up? Not a chance, right? Willow snapped. Flustered, she puffed up and barked, who says I wouldn't dare? I'll break up right, she stopped halfway through the word up, then forced a laugh and added, but hey, I'm not that petty. After all this time together, I'll give him one last chance to apologize. A flash of disappointment crossed her friend's eyes, but Willow didn't notice. Makoto grinned and playfully draped his arm over Willow's shoulder. Well then, he teased, if you do break up, date me instead. Don't let an outsider take the prize. Willow smirked, tilting her head toward him. Her gaze slid past me, and with a mocking tone she said, obviously. Some people are still stuck in the dark ages, so full of toxic masculinity, trying to control everything. Makoto's the best. Everyone else eventually left, leaving me standing there alone. They said they were heading to an after-party. Willow didn't even look back before hopping into the car with them. I walked alone along the roadside. The night breeze cut through me like ice. Maybe walking by myself wasn't so bad. It was quiet. At least it gave me time to think. Then suddenly, another row of floating comments appeared before my eyes. The male lead is so emotionally clueless. If he'd just coaxed her a little, she wouldn't have left with them. She'd have gone home with him. The female lead's just being stubborn. She's still mad about the bar thing. If he'd just called again, she would have come home. She waited all night at the bar, furious. This one's on the male lead. Fuck, I can't stand this guy. Why can't he just swallow his pride and apologize? Is it that hard? I pulled out my phone and looked at it. I knew that if I called her now, she would come home with me instantly. But instead, I just checked the time and put it down. I gave in and bought a can of beer, drinking it alone by the roadside. It tasted bitter like everything inside me. I couldn't figure out what I'd done wrong. Why did Willow always use these cold wars to force me to give in? I used to think it was just her personality, but it wasn't. She never lost her temper with anyone else. Even when her friends scolded her for no reason, she'd blame herself and try to please them. She didn't have a bad temper, she only had one with me. Every time she got angry, she'd throw out the word breakup just to provoke me because she knew I'd always give in. But this time, she miscalculated. I walked for 3 hours and finally reached the gate of our apartment complex. I was so exhausted I could barely stand, but even then, I didn't call Willow. When I got home, I quietly packed my things and moved out without hesitation. For the next 3 days, I didn't send her a single message. Then unexpectedly, Willow called first. Her voice was cold. Hey, pick me up at 8 tonight. I need you to take me to a dinner event. Even though her tone was icy, I could tell it was her way of offering me a chance to make up. But I turned her down. I'm not going, I said flatly. Find someone else. The line went silent for a moment before she said, incredulous, someone else. Everyone's going with their boyfriends. Who do you expect me to go with? Anyone, I replied. Makoto, maybe Martin. She cut me off sharply. George, how many times do I have to say this? We're just... Willow was confident. Her friends didn't even know we had truly broken up. We never announced it publicly. It was like we always left ourselves a secret escape route. Every time she said break up, what she really meant was, I'm mad. Coax me. Once I'm happy again, we'll be fine. But when only one person keeps giving in, even the deepest love starts to fade. So I said quietly, then let's break up. Whether it was that night at the bar, or maybe even earlier, I think I'd already grown tired. Only now do I understand. In Willow's eyes, my concern looked like control. My phone calls made her feel suffocated and humiliated. If that's how she saw it, then fine. I chose to let go. Willow, I'm giving you what you wanted. Your freedom? After we officially broke up, the floating comments came pouring in faster than ever. Wait, what? I was gone for a few days and they broke up? I'm so done. It's gotta be her so-called girlfriends again. Misery loves company. None of them can stand to see someone in love. Lo, the female lead walked out from under her friend's umbrella and realized it wasn't even raining. Dead. Keep playing games, girl. Now that you've dumped the male lead, one of your friends is gonna steal him in no time. Come on, male lead, get it together. She's out flirting with other guys. Go get yourself a hot influencer girlfriend or something. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hurt. After all, we'd been together for years. You can't just erase that overnight. But I couldn't let myself stay down forever. I still had my own life to live. As for what the comments said, I didn't believe them. Willow's friends had always been cold to me, more than once. They'd pulled me aside and told me I wasn't good enough for her, that I should just leave. The most ridiculous moment was when Sophia cornered me outside my apartment and bluntly asked what I even saw in Willow. I thought she was just testing me for her friend. So I decided to gross her out and said, she's hot. Big chest. That's my type. Over the next few days, Sophia started posting short videos of herself in deep V-neck bodycon, dresses, and she even tagged me. I figured she was mocking me, so I clapped back, calling her a cheap, tacky flirt. I asked if her family had gone bankrupt or something. Was that why she was doing softcore content now? It pissed her off so badly that she deleted all the videos the next day. But now, seeing the new comments, I started to hesitate. I decided to test the waters and posted back to single life. Happy breakup. It was already 2 a.m. I didn't think anyone would care. To my surprise, the post blew up with likes within seconds. People who had never interacted with me before were suddenly lining up to like it. When I checked who they were, I realized they were all Willow's friends. I refreshed my feed, and a new post popped up just a minute ago. From Sophia, 24 years old, 170 centimeters, 360 top-tier university degree, no ex, no crush. Curfew at 10, hates drama, totally obedient. Currently single and available, feel free to flirt. I thought about that comment I saw earlier about getting a hot influencer girlfriend. Dan tapped on Sophia's profile. Then I messaged her. Hi, she replied instantly. So you're finally asking me out? Want to go public now? I replied flatly. I didn't message you to hit on you. Her last message was immediately unsent. Then she said, oops, wrong person. What's up? I sighed. Is Willow with you? Can you get her on the phone? There was a pause before she sneered. She's not here. What? You think I'm your messenger pigeon? I'm not part of your couple drama, I explained. It's not like that. We broke up. I just want to return her things. After dating so long, Willow had left a lot of her stuff at my place. The small things didn't matter, but there were also valuable ones, her rings, her designer bags. I'd tried sending them through courier, but every time they arrived, Willow wasn't home. Those items were expensive and someone needed to sign for them. This stalemate couldn't go on, so I thought maybe Sophia could help. She replied, oh, so you really did break up. For some reason her tone softened, almost cheerful. Then she said, just send it over by courier. She's here. I blinked. Didn't you just say she wasn't there? She replied, did I? Must have forgotten. I'm 3 years younger than Willow. You know young girls are forgetful. Was that forgetfulness, or was she just reminding me she was younger? Before I could even point it out, she urged me to send the package. adding, "Make sure you select cash on delivery. No reason you should pay for anything after a breakup." So I hired a courier. An hour later, the courier sent me a video. In it, Willow stood in the middle of her friends. One of them said, "See? Told you they didn't really break up. Lukey's already sending gifts to make up." Though it sounded like teasing, the tone dripped with jealousy. Another said, "Willow, you really landed a great boyfriend. He treats you like a princess. What does he even see in you?" Someone else added, "Exactly. It's not like we're any less attractive. Honestly, Sophia's way prettier than you. She wins Campus Beauty Queen every year." Willow kept her expression neutral, though the corners of her lips twitched upward. She pressed her lips together, pretending not to care. "Oh, he didn't have to send gifts," she said. "Just an apology would have done. I'm not that petty." Someone rolled their eyes. "Then give the gift to me." Willow's face changed instantly. "No way. My boyfriend gave it to me. No one else gets it." She shot a not-so-subtle look at Sophia and said, "So what if someone's prettier?" "Love isn't just about looks." Then she added, "Honestly, I still don't want to forgive George. What he did this time was too much. But seeing him so desperate, I'll forgive him just this once." Her fake sweetness made everyone cringe, but they stayed silent. Only Sophia looked at the delivery box. For once, she wasn't angry. She just said, "Pay the courier already, will you? The guy's got another delivery. Don't keep him waiting." Sure enough, the courier looked awkward, waiting. Willow paid the fee and even added a 20 won tip. He thanked her, smiling. As soon as he left, she tore into the box with excitement. "I bet it's a necklace," she said. "He spent a fortune on it last time. It was supposed to be my Valentine's gift. I told him something simple was fine, but he insisted I deserved the best. Sometimes I really can't with him." Then her expression changed. "Wait, why is there also a handbag? And a ring? Why do they look so familiar?" The more she unpacked, the worse her face looked. Item after item came out until she found a small box. Inside was a wristwatch when Willow accepted my proposal. I'd held her close and said, "I feel like the happiest man in the world right now. I wish time could stop, so I could keep this moment forever." She smiled brightly and said, "Then I'll give you happiness that never fades." That watch was her only gift to me, a stopped watch, frozen at the exact moment I proposed. Back then, I thought she truly loved me. But I was too young to realize that love has different weights. I didn't see that Willow's jealousy, pride, and stubbornness all came before love. A watch might stop, but the one wearing it can still move on. Because for me, dignity and trust come before love. Later in the video, Willow was furious. She didn't care about the value of those things. She smashed them like they were her worst enemy. One of her friends tried not to laugh while comforting her, saying, "So what if it's a breakup?" Three-legged toads are hard to find, but two-legged men are everywhere. Look on the bright side, he returned your stuff, but didn't ask for his gifts back. At least he's not petty. The comment section exploded again. Her friends are so toxical ways bad-mouthing him, calling him cheap for not buying her a house. They just want free benefits. Always stirring drama, saying he's cheating, pushing her to ask for more just to ruin them and take his place. Thank God our girl actually loves him. She didn't fall for it. Please get back together. They said Willow loved me, but I didn't believe it. If she really did, why didn't she ever get angry when her friends trashed me? She was always calm with them, never defended me. Even when they mocked me behind my back, she stayed close to them, sharing every detail of our relationship, every little fight, that kind of love they talked about. It's just an illusion, a castle in the air. Beautiful, but never real, like moonlight reflected in water that night. Willow made it official on social media. She and Makoto were now a couple. Her post said, "After everything, the one I love most has always been right beside me." Then, as if aiming it at someone in particular, she added, "Even if someone regrets it, I won't forgive him. This is the price he pays for what he did." All her friends except Sophia liked the post in perfect unison. A minute later, Sophia posted her own status. "What a slut. Absolutely disgusting. Willow immediately commented with a question mark. Sophia replied, "Didn't say it was about you," Willow wrote back. "I didn't say it was me. I just asked who you meant," Sophia said. "Don't mind it." "Oh, by the way, guess what? Im might be starting a new relationship." "Then again, didn't you see? I said, I'm about to start dating someone. And again, hello." After that, Willow started posting non-stop about her relationship with Makoto Couples Restaurants, matching hoodies, cute date selfies. Every time she posted, her friends went wild, tagging me like they were on steroids. I'd had enough. I blocked them all, every single one. But blocking them online didn't help in real life. Because I worked at the same design company as Willow and Makoto. More than once, I ran into them being all lovey-dovey at the office. No shame, no filter. Willow would pout and say she wanted strawberries. Makoto would indulge her, letting her eat the pointed ends while he ate the bottoms. But whenever they fought about something, Makoto never tried to calm things down. It was always Willow who lowered her head first and apologized. Watching them felt like watching my old self. Except I wasn't Makoto, I was Willow. I was the one who always gave in, always the one trying to make peace. A few days later, a major client was scheduled to visit our company. He just built a new office building and hired our firm to do the design. Originally, the project was mine. I was the top performer and the strongest designer on the team, but my supervisor and Mr. LeWillow's father were old acquaintances. He had known Willow since she was a kid. Willow went to him for help, and just like that, the project was handed over to Makoto, who had only been with the company for less than 2 years. My supervisor told me, "George, Makoto's new. He needs this project to prove himself. You've been here long enough, you don't need the opportunity. Let him have it." And that was that. I was forced to step aside, missing a crucial chance for promotion. Willow knew how much that project meant to me, but she didn't care. She went out of her way to pull strings for her childhood sweetheart. Yet she was the one who always told me to work hard and not rely on my family's business. I used to believe in her so-called idea of earning everything on your own. But now I realize whether or not it's okay to rely on family isn't for her to decide. And watching her use her connections to boost her boyfriend's career just made her hypocrisy stand out even more. Looking back, I almost find it laughable. When I came back into the office with my coffee, the first thing I heard was a long sigh. Makoto was shaking his head, looking helpless. He said George wouldn't do something like this. There must be a mistake. He couldn't have deleted my design files on purpose. The people around him immediately jumped in, pretending to comfort him while fanning the flames. "George was the first one here this morning, and you came second. Who else could have touched your computer? Come on, he's been eyeing this project for ages. Then the company gave it to you. Of course he's bitter. But this is so low. The client's coming any minute, and the files are gone. He's ruining the company's reputation." Makoto sighed dramatically. "It's my fault. I worked late last night and forgot to take my laptop home. If I'd kept it with me, this wouldn't have happened." But just those few words is fake regret, their fake concern. They had already decided I was guilty. I laughed under my breath. Then I looked around and said coldly, "I didn't delete anything. Check the security footage if you don't believe MI never touched your computer." Makoto's hand froze midair. Someone spoke up immediately. "Everyone knows Makoto's desk is in the corner. That camera's been broken for ages. If you're going to deny it, at least come up with something believable." I asked, "So the camera's broken, and there's no proof then? Why are you so quick to accuse me?" A snide voice answered, "There were only 2 people here this morning, you and Makoto. If not you, then who? This is a major client. If something goes wrong, someone could get fired. Who'd take that risk?" Everyone nodded in agreement. Makoto gave a bitter smile and said, "If you really wanted this project, I could talk to the higher-ups. Maybe we could co-lead it." "George, why would you do this?" "I worked so hard to get into this company, worked hard." I almost laughed out loud. "He got in through personal connections. What was so hard about that?" The gossip around me grew louder, crueler. Everyone was ready to accuse me. Just as someone stepped forward, looking like they wanted to hit me, Willow walked in. She rolled her eyes and said coldly, "George, I know you're bitter about me and Makoto, but this is pathetic. If you can't have something, you destroy it. You're disgusting." That one sentence sealed it. Worse, I had no evidence, nothing to defend myself with. After a long silence, I looked at Makoto. "What do you want me to do?" He hesitated, then said softly, "I don't want anything, just an apology. Just an apology." How generous he made himself sound. I smiled. "I'm not apologizing to you." Willow immediately stepped in. "It's just an apology. Makoto isn't even holding you accountable for the damage." "George, you're seriously ungrateful." "What, do you want to be fired?" I cut her off. "You think I want to stay in this company? You think I need this job?" I tore the badge from my neck and said clearly, one word at a time, "Listen carefully. I wasn't fired. George, am quitting. Because I looked down on you, Makoto." Then I looked around at my coworkers, people I'd spent every day with. They all avoided my gaze. They all knew what kind of person I was. But now that Makoto had landed the client and was clearly on the rise, they couldn't wait to suck up to him, twisting truth and logic however they pleased. I said, "I have no desire to work with people like you anyway." Willow reflexively asked, "Then where are you going?" I answered calmly, "Abroad. Top firms overseas have offered me positions for a while now. The only reason I stayed in China was you." When she heard that, her face went pale. Her voice trembled, almost desperate. "You're leaving? You're quitting because of the company or because of me? George, how could you be this heartless?" After that emotional outburst, her tone shifted. She let out a cold laugh. "I doubt any company would hire someone who sabotages a coworker over a personal grudge. Sure, you'll get the job offer, but once you do, this story's going to end up in every inbox over there." I rubbed my temples. What's the point of saying all this? Where's your proof? You can't prove I did anything. Willow shot back. "The corner camera's been broken for ages. Can you prove you didn't do it? Everyone here saw it. You've got more than enough witnesses to your pettiness." I was speechless. I couldn't believe how ignorant and shameless they all were. I was just about to fire back when a clear, calm voice cut through from behind. "Who said the camera was broken?" Amid a chorus of gasps, Sophia walked in slowly. Her eyes flicked over me for a brief moment before shifting elsewhere. She blinked and said lightly, "Huh. I wasn't aware our company installed broken surveillance systems."
Oh.
Sophia and Willow had always been best friends. Willow worked in the company's procurement department. When the company needed to install security cameras, it just so happened that Sophia's firm specialized in security tech. So all the equipment had been purchased from her company. Makoto froze completely. His silence said everything. Sophia's words shattered the tense atmosphere like glass. Trying to recover, Makoto quickly spoke up. No, I just meant the camera in the corner near my desk. It's been broken for a while, but it didn't affect operations, so I never mentioned it. It just never got fixed." Willow walked over, trying to keep her composure. "Sophia, what brings you here today?" But Sophia didn't answer her. She walked straight to the corner, looked up at the camera, and smiled. With a soft hum, she said, "Funny thing, there was a fire safety inspection a few days ago. Turns out this camera was broken, so your boss asked us to replace it." Makoto's face turned ghostly white. His lips parted like he wanted to say something, but no words came out. Sophia turned back around, her tone light and casual. "So yeah, the camera's working just fine now." She didn't even glance at me. Her eyes locked on Makoto's pale, drained face. "Ito-san," she said, "would you like me to pull the footage and clear your name?" That morning's chaos ended abruptly with Makoto's sudden fainting spell. The footage was never retrieved. Willow defended him, claiming there had been a system glitch and the recording hadn't saved. But looking at Makoto's pale face and his terrible acting, everyone knew the truth. Still, Willow stood by him. When I was the one being called despicable and shameless, Willow had joined in with the others, mocking, accusing, never defending me once. But now that Makoto was exposed when it was obvious he'd framed me, she still chose to stay by his side in the past. That kind of double standard would have crushed me. but not anymore. I touched the small item tucked into my sleeve and smirked. Makoto, your little stunt won't be forgotten just because you faked a fainting spell. And Willow, along with everyone who helped you tear me down. Each and every one of you will pay for what you've done. That afternoon, I submitted my resignation. Because of what had happened that morning, the paperwork went through faster than usual. Maybe they just wanted to shut me up. Every bit of... Honestly, Sophia's not bad. She's pretty, smart, and she's always liked the male lead. I wouldn't mind if they ended up together. Agreed. I used to be team female lead, but she really crossed the line earlier. I'm over it. You people are blind. Can't you see the female lead's just mad? If he had apologized, none of this would have happened. She's acting out because she still cares. Exactly. George is the real problem. He hasn't even tried to win her back, while she's losing sleep every night. I'm disappointed in him. Nah, I'm switching to Team Sophia now. She's waited 2 years for her chance. I glanced at the comments, then looked away casually. I ordered 2 coffees and a few desserts. Sophia fidgeted with her fingers, clearly nervous, then blurted out, "Actually, that message I sent before? I didn't send it to the wrong person. It was meant for you." She smiled shyly. My family's well off. I look decent. My body's not bad either. I'm single right now, and my parents keep pushing me to find someone. And honestly, if Willow could be your girlfriend, why not me? I'm not worse than her. So, what do you think? Want to give it a try with me? The comment section exploded again. Oh my god, Sophia just shot her shot. We're saved. I'm switching to Team Sophia. She waited 2 years for this moment. When Willow finds out her best friend stole her ex, she's gonna flip. LOL. Sophia tucked her hair behind her ear, her voice soft. I'm a simple girl. You don't need to chase me, buy me gifts, or pay a dowry. Just be genuine with me. That's all I want. And she added quietly, and besides, don't you want to get back at Willow? Looking at Sophia, so innocent on the outside, suddenly laughed. So that's what this little performance was about, I said. All that subtle manipulation? Too bad it sounds fake as hell. I stared at her stunned face and said slowly and clearly, what a shame. I only believe in myself and I never believe in coincidences. Then I pulled out the item hidden in my sleeve, a wristwatch. Smiling, I asked, Miss Kim, care to guess what this is? Yesterday at lunch, I ran into Willow and Makoto kissing right at the company entrance again. The live comments were full of frustrated sighs. The guy's such an idiot. The girl's obviously doing this to provoke him and make him beg for a reconciliation. Come on, by this point in the story. He's supposed to get mad, argue with her a bit, and boom, they're back together. Why is he so calm now? I didn't even react. I just walked past them without lifting my eyes. Willow couldn't stand it anymore and snapped, You. Don't you say hi when you see someone you know? I replied flatly, someone. All I saw were 2 animals so desperate in broad daylight they couldn't help themselves. Willow fumed, ready to storm over. But Makoto held her back, chuckling, no need to get mad. Willow, he's just a bitter single guy with no girlfriend. Honestly, it's kind of pathetic. The comment section chimed in again. Are the leads ever getting back together or not? I signed up for a rom-com, not to watch this third wheel act all high and mighty. Relax. It's coming. Tomorrow, the second male lead screws up big time frames the main guy for deleting his designs. And once the truth comes out, they'll make up. And don't forget the second female lead. She saw the footage but waited till the last second to show up, so calculated. Still, I like our tsundere female lead better. I stared at those comments for a long while. That very night, I ordered a micro camera hidden inside a wristwatch. From the moment I stepped into the office the next day, everything was being live-streamed. In the footage, Makoto was grinning wickedly. He said, You're just in the way. You stole Willow from me in love, and in this company you outshine me at every turn. George's lucky streak ends today. The stream started with just a few viewers, but as his framing unfolded, the viewership skyrocketed, tens of thousands watching by the time I was being accused. Comments flooded in, turning from shock to pure outrage. WTF. This guy's the worst, frames someone and plays the victim. What trash? And the girl. Seriously. Her boyfriend just got caught planting evidence and she still sides with him. Oh right, system bug. Lying witch. I heard she got with Makoto right after breaking up with the main guy. Think about that, framing your ex with the guy you cheated with. That's cold. A disgusting pair. If their plan had worked, this man's career and reputation would have been destroyed. The backlash exploded. Outrage spread across the internet. Eventually, the design company couldn't handle the pressure and issued an official statement. Makoto was fired. Because of the reputational damage and client losses, they even pursued legal action and financial compensation. As for Willow, things weren't any better. Her photo went viral, her background was exposed, and even her family came under fire. Her father, Mr. Liu, was furious. He dragged her home that same day and punished her according to family rules. She collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. She couldn't get out of bed for a month. When she finally woke up, the first thing she did was try to call me. Of course, I didn't answer. She tried again with different numbers, till I got annoyed and changed mine completely. Around the same time, the overseas company I'd been in contact with officially sent my job offer. The day before I left the country, I ran into Sophia again. She looked tired, her clear eyes fixed on mine. She asked quietly, "You were with Willow for so long, why not give me a chance?" I paused mid-step and asked, "But why should I?" Willow and I had good times once. We were young and naive, and I believed her when she said I should move out and make it on my own. She stayed by my side back then, living with me in a damp basement apartment that cost $500 a month. On dates, we ate cheap street food, just for the big portions. When I started working and things got better, I really thought I'd found the right person. But problems crept in. I began to see Willow's flaws, her quick temper, how she always believed her friends over me. I thought love and patience would be enough to fix things. Turns out it doesn't work that way. No relationship can survive on one person's effort. If you ask whether I regret it, I'd say yes. But sometimes I don't. When I love with everything I have. I'm brave, bold, and passionate, and that's never been a flaw. One failed relationship doesn't ruin my life or define me. I know how to love, and I know when to walk away. When I love, I give my all. When I stop, I let go completely. Sophia's expression darkened. She said, "Fine, I admit it. I was calculating. I showed up on purpose at the exact time I'd make the biggest impression, but I only did it to get your attention." "You're too suspicious, George. Isn't it normal to want to show your best side to someone you like?" In the end, I left Sophia with one final line, "With a heart as filthy as yours, none of you will ever deserve true love." I saw Willow again 3 years later. I had returned to the country on business. She looked more mature and noticeably thinner. She gave me a small, hesitant smile. "George," she said softly, "can we talk?" I turned her down immediately. "There's nothing for us to talk about." The calm she tried to maintain cracked in an instant. Her voice trembled. "George, you must know by now, it was Sophia and the others who stirred everything up. That's why we broke up. Why we've been apart all this time." I almost laughed. "Oh really?" I said. "You kissing Makoto, was that part of their plan too? Did they force you into that?" Willow's face turned bright red. "They told me you didn't seem trustworthy, that if I didn't do something, you'd never take me seriously. That if I made you jealous, you'd focus all your attention on me. Stop looking at other women. Stop fooling around." I cut her off, my expression blank. "So what you're saying is, you cheated on me to stop me from cheating?" She pressed her lips together. "That's not what I meant. I know I was wrong. But are you saying you didn't make any mistakes at all?" I stood up and slapped her hard across the face. Through clenched teeth, I said, "What did I do wrong?" "This slap is for your stupidity, because you can't tell right from wrong." Then came a second slap, backhanded. Willow flinched, but didn't move away. "That one," I said coldly, "is for your hypocrisy. You crossed the line with another man, but somehow blamed me for it." My palm stung, but I raised my other hand and struck again. This one, I said with a bitter smirk, I haven't even thought of a reason for. Call it buy two, get one free. Willow didn't dodge. She stood there and took it all. I'm sorry, George, she whispered, her eyes red with tears. Her voice shook as she said, I just didn't feel secure. You're so amazing, anyone who spends time with you could fall in love. That's why I was always anxious. That's why I kept testing you, starting fights, giving you the silent treatment just to see if you still cared. But now I know. The worst thing in love is doubt and games. She choked on her sobs, her voice trembling. George, can we start over? I looked at her, her eyes full of hope, and shook my head. No. If I forgave her just because she repented, if an apology were enough to erase everything, then I'd be betraying the version of myself who spent years losing sleep to wake up from it all. I turned away, even as Willow screamed behind me, desperate and broken. I didn't look back. There are always moments in life when we regret the past. It takes years to understand which misunderstandings and mischances truly mattered. But once something is gone, it's gone. Time moves forward, and spilled water can never be gathered again.